day, ladies and gents, guys and ghouls. My name's Kevin and welcome to my channel, The Art of Horror. Here in Australia we have an organisation called the RSL, which stands for the Returned and Services League. The equivalent in the United States of America is the VFW, and I just want to start this video with thanking all those men and women who have served. I have a few friends who are ex-military, and I just think all you ladies and gentlemen out there that have worked for the military in any way, shape or form are some of the most amazing human beings on the planet, and I have nothing but respect for you people. Members of my family have served, and I just think you all deserve the utmost of respect. So I just once again want to thank you all for your service. And even though this is a horror film I'm about to review, produced by Fangoria, and it's quite an over-the-top horror film as well, I actually think it does a really good job at paying respect to veterans. So I just want to dedicate this video to all of you fighting men and women. Thank you for your service. VFW is a 2019 action horror film, directed by Joe Begos, and written by Max Brallier and Matthew McArdle. It has an amazing cast starring Stephen Lang, who you may know from several movies, one of my favourites being Don't Breathe, which was also an incredible horror film. This guy is really good. Just on a side note for you video game fans out there, he features in the video game Call of Duty Ghosts as Elias T. Walker. And as of course in Avatar and many other things. I really enjoy this guy's work. Also starring William Sadler, Fred Williamson. Like I said, this film has an amazing cast. George Wendt, of course, we know as Norm from Cheers. David Patrick Kelly, you may also know from the iconic scene in the movie The Warriors. So this film is off to an incredible start with some totally amazing actors, a lot of whom are from the action and horror genre. The first thing that impressed me about this film is it has an incredible 1980s vibe. From, of course, the cast to the cinematography and lighting and the storyline itself, it screams 1980s, and I absolutely love it. I've heard some criticisms levelled at the film, such as it has weird dark lighting, but I think much like the movie Mandy, it uses coloured lighting to incredible effect. In fact, I think if it was shot in stark, hard white light, it just would not look right nor feel right. The lighting and camera work definitely add to the confusion and horror of the situation and add to the claustrophobic feel. The premise of the movie is quite simple, and without going into too much detail, the VFW building is located in a now defunct and decrepit neighbourhood. One of the nearby buildings has been taken over by a drug kingpin and hundreds of drug addicts. A series of circumstances leads these hundreds of drug addicts to lay siege to the VFW building. And this is where the fun begins. The first movie that I think this is paying homage to is, of course, John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13, with many scenes mimicking scenes from that very movie. The original Assault on Precinct 13 is one of my all-time favourite films, and features, in my opinion, one of John Carpenter's best soundtracks. The camaraderie they set up between the veterans within the VFW is extremely well put forward, and I feel their friendship. Another criticism I've heard other reviewers level at this film is it's a bit cliche and cheesy, and I think they're missing the point. It's supposed to be cliche and cheesy. It's supposed to be a trip back to the 1980s. And I think it transports us back to that time beautifully. I think Travis Hammer does an amazing job as the drug kingpin Boz, and Dora Madison does a standout performance as his henchwoman, Gutter. This film is a gritty ride, a fun ride, that really let the cast shine. If you're a fan of 80s movies, if you're a fan of John Carpenter's work, this movie is balls to the wall from beginning to end, and I highly recommend it. I think it beautifully captures the camaraderie and friendship of veterans, as it also does their bravery. There are 3 films that I've seen this year that have completely blown my mind, and I think they're among some of the best films I've ever seen, and VFW is among them. The others being Vivarium and The Hunt. If you like action, if you like horror, you can't go wrong with VFW. I give this film 5 out of 5 badass cigars. At the time of recording this, I'm very, very close to 1,000 subscribers, and as soon as it ticks over, I will be making a face reveal and room tour video. So please stay tuned for that. If you have any suggestions for art you'd like to see me do, or movies you'd like to see me review with art, please leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to see what I can do for you. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Kevin for The Art of Horror. Goodbye for now.
Rate, comment, subscribe.